You know I love my country. There's no other country better than mine. Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live in love. Guyana is a beautiful country, no other can compare. Got everything right here, so no other can compare. Guyana is made up of so many natural resources. We don't need no forces, cause we got enough resources. Let's talk about bauxite, gold, diamond, and rice. We got it right here. Guyana ain't going nowhere. We got enough oil too. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. Hey, hey, Guyana is nice, Guyana is fun, Guyana is clean, Guyana is green, Guyana got oil, Guyana got gold, Guyana got young and Guyana got old. I ain't talking no more. Guyana got things, we growing wings and developing things. The government real and that's a big deal. I'm singing from my heart, Guyana. I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home. One Guyana, I love Guyana. Guyana, my country, my home. The only place I call home.
The People's Progressive Party Civic District 6 presents One Guyana Inaugural Cricket Competition, Barbecue and Fun Day on Sunday, April 7th at the Port Broad Community Center ground with over 200,000 in cash and prizes to be won. It's fun for the entire family with bag race, line and spoon, eat and race, and lots more. Meet and greet Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh, Senior Minister in the Office of the President, with
The People's Progressive Party Civic presents a grand barbecue and fun day on Saturday, March 30 at the Everest Cricket Ground, Georgetown. Bring the entire family for a fun-filled day. Gates open at 3 p.m. Contribution of $2,000.
The People's Progressive Party Civic District 6 presents One Guyana Inaugural Cricket Competition, Barbecue and Fun Day on Sunday, April 7th at the Port Broad Community Center ground with over 200,000 in cash and prizes to be won. It's fun for the entire family with bag race, line and spoon, eat and race, and lots more. Meet and greet Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh, Senior Minister in the Office of the President, with the responsibility for finance and public service. Music by DJ Kifo, DJ Della, and live performance by Simon Knight. Stage summer lights by Chrome Vibes. Cricket competition starts at 9 a.m. Barbecue served at 12. To register for the cricket competition or any other information, contact Randy Mangru on 687-8251. All proceeds from this fundraiser goes towards the BPPC. All compliments of JR Engineering Solutions, Spready's Auto Spears, Richard's Construction and Maintenance Service, AENN General Construction, RL Paving, Chrome Vibes, and ENH Contracting Services. The People's Progressive Party Civic District 6 presents One Guyana Inaugural Cricket Competition, Barbecue and Fun Day on Sunday, April 7th at the Port Broad Community Center ground with over 200,000 in cash and prizes to be won. It's fun for the entire family with bag race, line and spoon, eat and race, and lots more. Meet and greet Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh, Senior Minister in the Office of the President, with the responsibility for finance and public service. Music by DJ Kifo, DJ Della, and live performance by Simon Knight. Stage summer lights by Chrome Vibes. Cricket competition starts at 9 a.m. Barbecue served at 12. To register for the cricket competition or any other information, contact Randy Mangru on 687-8251. All proceeds from this fundraiser goes towards the BPPC. All compliments of JR Engineering Solutions, Spready's Auto Spears, Richard's Construction and Maintenance Service, AENN General Construction, RL Paving, Chrome Vibes, and ENH Contracting Services.
The People's Progressive Party Civic presents a grand barbecue and fun day on Saturday, March 30 at the Everest Cricket Ground, Georgetown. Bring the entire family for a fun-filled day. Gates open at 3 p.m. Contribution of $2,000. The People's Progressive Party Civic presents a grand barbecue and fun day on Saturday, March 30 at the Everest Cricket Ground, Georgetown. Bring the entire family for a fun-filled day. Gates open at 3 p.m. Contribution of $2,000. The People's Progressive Party Civic presents a grand barbecue and fun day on Saturday, March 30 at the Everest Cricket Ground, Georgetown. Bring the entire family for a fun-filled day. Gates open at 3 p.m. Contribution of $2,000.
We are a peaceful people, struggle as we struggle, and we don't look for trouble, just ask around. But when outside faces from foreign places talk about taking over, we ain't backing down. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. This land is all I know. We're gonna make it somehow. We will bend like a bow, but never break. Our fathers came here, and they lived and died here, and we ain't moving nowhere, make no mistake. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass.
We love the open county of the Rupununi and the Essequibo, daytime or night. Though we may criticize it, this is our home, we love it, and we need to keep it. We have that right.
We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains, we ain't giving up no tree, we ain't giving up no river that belongs to we. Not one blue sake, not one rice grain, not one grass, not a blade of grass. We ain't giving up no mountains.
Yo, nobody not selling out. We talking facts, facts we dealing with. Nobody not selling out. We talking facts. I been to Guyana, man. I have to go back. The way how the country looking, man, they left me shocked. Who's ever in charge? Them put the we on the map. The men them look healthy, the girls them look hot. I went to a meeting. I don't know if chicken curry. Them Guyanese eating, man. The government working. 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 This one's for them haters. For them haters who attacking Guyana. Guyana, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them your little finger. Little finger, show them the 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 little finger. The government working, 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 the government
government working. Don't mix me with politics. I yes, the Guyanese critics. I just want the country fix. Man, I come play some kicks. Can later bumper fake. We call it a camera trick. And if you rest it to me, I still giving it some licks. The government working. The government working. The government working. The government working, working. The government working. The government working. The government working. The government working, working. The government working. The government working. The government working. The government working, working. The government. This is for the hater. For the hater. This is for the hater. We're running down Guyana. For the hater. For the hater. Show them little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Little finger. Show them your little finger. Government working. The government working. The government working. The government working. The government working. Working. The government working. Now don't mix me. Don't mix me. Don't mix me. The government working. I don't do politics. Just get jacket, right? Get jacket. Working. Working.
Oh yes. A lot of you gon' vex, but I tell you, sometimes you just got to listen. There's a child in every home and every community. They will grow up to be symbols of unity. They'll be colorblind to race and ethnicity. That's the vision of a leader like President Irfan Ali. I'm talking about the one Guyana where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana to grow up in a land united and free with equality and blessed with prosperity. For too long we've been fighting one another. It's race against race, but in the end the country suffer. Oh, we were born here, not in India nor Africa. But if we can't get along, the foreigners gon' eat we suffer. We must put an end to racism. Let it end now with this generation. Together we'll develop this nation. Make Guyana the gem of the Caribbean. Don't listen to them wicked politicians who will divide us to win an election. Believe it or not, Guyanese no smarter than that. Yeah, I told you, it's your boy Padmore. Unity is the key. We are all one and we should be treated as one. Our ancestors were slaves and laborers, but the life they endured made it better for us. We honor their sacrifice and the freedom they bought for we. But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color, when we bleed blood it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry we must feel the pain. We're Portuguese, African and Indian. We're Chinese mixed up, we're Amerindians. We're all Guyanese. Let's end this segregation. I'm appealing to Guyanese in the diaspora. We welcome you home. We've got a lot to offer. It's not the same place that you run away from. Come see the paradise Guyana has now become. I'm talking about the one Guyana, where our people can live in peace, where every race trusts each other, where racial prejudice no longer exists. Our children will have one Guyana, to grow up in a land united and free, with equality and blessed with prosperity. It's a message. I just want you to understand. Stop and think for a minute. Really think for a minute. If we can't fix the present, then we should work on the future.
Good morning to everybody. Welcome down to another episode of Livewire. It is the 22nd of March and Friday as well. Last day of the week, heading into the weekend. Look, people, listen, y'all don't forget, right? Y'all don't forget. I must remind you that if you have time this weekend at Durban Park, there's a circus y'all can attend, right? Anyway, so this morning we're going to be discussing with quite a few people from the mining town of Lynden, where a lot of development is taking place. And I was so happy that these gentlemen took the time to be on the program this morning, so they could bring some context to some of the misinformation that is being spread in Lynden about the development that's happening there, and give you, the viewers, and just the Guyanese population in general, some clarity on where Lynden is going and where it is coming from, right? Before I get into that, y'all do remember we had Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore on the program. Mind you, sorry to my viewers. It's a packed morning, so trying to get into the program early. Morning, Rahim Amarali, Ganesh Bharat joining us from Queens. Tukur Bridgelal, morning to you. Who else do we have here? Veena Ramkaran, Derek Drupal, Inder Paul Narayan, Camille Narayan joining us from Minnesota, and Inder Paul. Joan Abidjan joining us from Canada. Sunil Raghubir joining us from NYC. Veera Badar, morning to you, Sir Sherwin Siram. Miss Ram Charan, morning to you. Ganesh Samlal, morning. Anthony Ryan joining us from Suriname. David Passad joining us from Toronto. Lance Henry joining us from Lynden. Raji Maraj, morning to you. Morning, everybody. Pam Singh, morning. Y'all didn't reach back from Berbice yet. Jane, morning to you and the family there. I hope you're still enjoying your stay. Carla Thomas, Leroy Mangal, everybody. Mukesh Vishnunath, Tracy Martindale, everybody from Lynden, everybody from Muck. I see Miss Bob on the program as well. Ajay Chatterball from Region 7, Sally Jones. Morning. We got to get into it. So, as I was saying, Councillor Stephanie Nelson Moore was here. And because of what we're going to be discussing this morning, I wanted to make sure I had this footage for you. So y'all remember she spoke of the current opposition investing $29 million to have a state-of-the-art FIFA standard football facility on the East Bank in the community of Mocha. Well, folks, we got the video footage to show you what $29 million under a PNC, APNU, AFC operation will get you, right? And then we'll go and look at grounds that are being constructed in Lynden, and you'll see the vast difference. Let's have a quick look. So this ground was the photos that the councillor brought to us when she was here. So I went with the drone and I got the footage. $29 million spent on this ground here, and this is what the community of Mocha and the East Bank have today, right? A gated safari in their community. That is what they have. Look at this. And these are the people who are going to say to you, come to us, come, vote for us, come 2025. Look at this ground. Look at this, 29 million, right? You remember the councillor spoke about the cows that were supposed to be removed? Guess what? I went and they're still there. They are still there. Look at the cow watching the drone. One knows what's going on. Who watching it? They are still there. This is a PNC-led NDC, right? A PNC-led NDC. Now, I wanted to give you a quick view at ground level, how the bush high. Look at this here. Now, I had to go up, and when you see me go up there, you'll see I'm higher than the houses. So that's not bush anymore. That's grown trees. $29 million. Nima flew best husband involved in this project. And this is what the community of Mocha got. This is what the community of Mocha got as a state-of-the-art, FIFA standard football ground, the only one of its kind on the East Bank. That is what they have here today. And finally, before I wrap up, y'all see that break in the fence there? The fences are greenish color. Then there's a little bit of red there. The NDC went and paid $5 million for that little metal fence that you see in the corner here. $5 million. That same fence there that you're seeing. That is the ridiculousness. Today, we're going to discuss the evolution of sports in Guyana and where it's going. So, without further ado, I only see two of my guests here. I guess the other's going to get signed in pretty soon. I'd like to welcome the current town clerk of Lynden, the Lynden municipality, Mr. Lennox Gasper. And also, I'd like to welcome the chairman of the National Sports Commission and co-director of the Kashif and Shanghai organization, Mr. Kashif Mohammed. Gentlemen, good morning. Thank you for taking the time to be here.
Good morning, Cordell. Good morning to you, and it's a pleasure being here on this program.
Good morning, Cordell. Good morning, listener.
Good morning. Good morning. It's always good to have you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Gentlemen,
go ahead.
First of all, let me go to some video footage here. Now, recently, there was a testing of the lights at the Mackenzie Sports Club ground. I know for sure Lennox Gasper was there. I think Kashif was there as well. I didn't notice him in the footage. However, the ground is the developments of the ground, they're moving apace. Now,
All right. It seems like the host is having some internet issues. So let's give him some time. He's going to be back in a few. All right, so I'm now learning by way of information that our host has gotten some power outage in his area. So he's working on getting linked back into the program. What we would call a backup plan. He's working on the backup plan. So let's just hold tight and give him a few minutes. He's experiencing some power outage in the area where he is. I see he's back.
Just let me know if you guys are here.
We're hearing you loud and clear, sir.
Bye. Anyway, sorry about that. I am back. I am sorry, GPL. The installing generators is gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Anyway, right. So everybody hearing me? Gaspar, Cash, if y'all hearing me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear. I'm hearing you from my end.
Loud and clear.
Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you.
So I guess there's a bit of a delay. So okay, so Gaspar, first of all, let me start with you. Actually, no. Oh, no. Let me start with Kashif. Kashif, you as the co-director of the Kashif and Shanghai organization, the you used to host one of the premier football tourneys at this facility, especially the finals. What were some of the constraints that caused this organization to have to move this activity from this location in the past?
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to all the viewers. That's a big question. I just saw he went off. Are you hearing me?
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm hearing you clear. Go ahead.
Fine. Yeah. Back in the days in '89, when our tournament got started, the Mackenzie Sports Club was in reasonably okay shape. And, we had a nice tournament being played. And the tournament grew rapidly. As a matter of fact, from our very first year, we sold out the Mackenzie Sports Club. And it grew and grew after then. We reached to the stage where we had to put a fence around the entire football field so we can accommodate thousands of persons there. With this, the Kashif and Shanghai organization said that, you know what, Shanghai and I and BL and our entire team, Brother Jafar, Troy Mendonza, all of us, we got together and we said that here what we can do. We can try to see how best we can help the Mackenzie Sports Club executive and improve on the facility. So what we did, we went around to some of our business friends. We spoke to Farouk Razak about assisting us to build standards at the Mackenzie Sports Club. If he would be interested in doing one and he can get an opportunity to get branding rights for that particular stand, we spoke to AT&T, we spoke to Digicel at that time, a number of persons, banks there, not Digicel, banks there, and this around 1992, 1993. About them doing stands for us, improving on what is it that we have, and probably building a few other smaller ones, and we'll get branding rights. So quite a lot of them agreed. They wanted us to put it in writing. We start engaging Mackenzie Sports Club now because we already had that in our pocket, sort of, and told them, you know, what we would like to do. We engaged Miss Kathleen Whalen from LEAP and told her about the entire project, and she decided that she wanted to finance the project in respect to getting all the drawings done for the architectural plans, all the engineering plans and everything, and reach with the various consultants to start looking at the project. She put $1 million into that, into that, and got started the project. We got all the plans. As a matter of fact, we have the plans even up to today. And we went into a contract with her. We went into a contract with the engineering company, K&D Engineering, and and we start putting it all together. Um, After we put it
Right.
together, we approached Mackenzie
Right.
Sports Club. We give them the drawings, we gave them everything, and interestingly, it never went through. We had to go to the city council at that time. The guy Gibbons, that we famously know as Scholar Gibbons, he was the town clerk at that time, and we never heard from them. We talked, we spoke, and then it wasn't until years after, we heard that it was the Kashif and Shanghai wanted to come and take over Mackenzie Sports Club, so we never got permission, and we would have been increasing the seating capacity from the 2,000 that they had then to about 5,000, because we were putting more stands on the western side, put a smaller stand on the eastern side by the police station area. We wanted to upgrade the ground, and we were thinking about better lights. We wanted to do all the bathroom facilities downstairs in the club, and the whole host. We have all the drawings, like I said, up until today, and we got a fought. We had a serious fight from the executive of the Mackenzie Sports Club, and we never got through with that. So because the facility was in that kind of state, and we could not accommodate thousands of persons coming, and then the ground, every time it rained, total mud, it flooded and things like that. At the same point in time, the stadium in Georgetown was built. So after we realized we wanted the best kind of surface for our ballers to play, enjoy themselves at, the stadium was the right venue because of the quality of the ground, because we wanted best play, and then at the same time we had much more accommodation for persons. So after we spoke to Sports Club and tirelessly tried to get them to work with our idea, because we weren't to no takeover or anything. Mackenzie Sports Club belonged to the club at that time, and the executive was in charge and everything. We just decided that seeing that we're not getting anywhere, we have to get a better surface. The crowds are getting bigger, and we decided to move to Georgetown. It wasn't the best situation, because we were out from Lynden, and we wanted that kind of finance to happen in Lynden. But then at that time, we could not have stifled. So because of that, we end up definitely moving from Mackenzie Sports Club. But even before that, right, in 1992, I can remember with the light facilities, right, they had really cool lights. They had all the gates they had like probably about 8 gates around sports club. All of them were broken down. They had a whole bunch of garbage right inside the car. They just piled up over the years and turned like a mountain in and out of Mackenzie Sports Club yard. And when we became a Shanghai organization, started our tournament, these are things that we try to, tighten up on. We clean all the garbage out. We repair every single one of the gates we had here. So it cost us about $800 to do that at that time. And then I can remember one time, Mr. Jagdeo, he was the Minister of Finance at that time. He came to our football on a Boxing Day.
Right. So basically,
1991, we invited Mr. Desmond Hoyt, and he came to our football, and we asked him for some lights, and then he promised that we could get some lights, but we never got it. It so happened, I think they had elections in 1992, and then at the end of 1992, Mr. Jagdeo, or 93, I can't remember exactly, Mr. Jagdeo came to the football, and we asked him for the same lights. And immediately he came to Boxing Day, and the finals was New Year's Day. And immediately he wanted to give us lights. He said, okay, you guys can come and get it, and so. Where can you get it from? Blah, 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 right? And we said, no, we're going to go through this year here with what is it that we have, because if he's giving us lights, we wanted to get good quality lights and do something really proper. Not just buy a couple of lamps and then put it up top on the stands. So I can remember around February.
So guys, I want y'all to bear with me, please. The bouncing in and out, right? Kashif, I wanted to jump in here. So basically, what you're saying to us, the organization, and of course, in terms of having to move, despite putting forward recommendations and finding funding to upgrade the stands at this facility.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, didn't because we didn't want to continue playing football. We didn't want to continue playing in competition, even though our lights were improved just the year before, because of Gale Teixeira
Wow,
and
wow.
stuff. So we were forced to move because the Mackenzie Sports Club executive never. And here what? They have executive members who are still there until they can bear witness.
Yeah. No, no, I wanted to jump over to Mr. Colin Aaron here. Welcome to the program. Sorry about we having a little GPL issue, so for us.
Okay, right.
He's having some power outage problems, so he's working on his backup plan from the phone. That's
Okay,
why he's
okay,
in and out. Yeah.
okay.
I can't anticipate the question that he was going to ask you, Mr. Aaron, but I think we can listen or hear a bit more if Mr. Mohammed has any additional thing that he wanted to state.
Yes, in the meantime, we could continue.
Uh,
Now we nearing.
yeah, that's the problem.
Now we near you, Kashif.
Yeah, sorry. I
Right.
just want to continue on the lights situation briefly, where we asked
Mm,
Mr. on Boxing Day, and he wanted to give it to us
mm,
immediately. But then 3 months after, I got a call from the Minister of Sports at that time, the Honorable Mrs. Gail Teixeira, and she told us that she heard about the light situation and she's willing to do us. Right away, I called the Mackenzie Sports Club executive. I told them that we're getting lights from the government, and that time it was Mr. John Goodluck. I think he was the president at that time, right?
That's correct.
Archbishop was the secretary. I engaged the guys and told them about it. Uh, at that time, this John Goodluck, he used to work in the joint office. So he quickly put together a proposal of what is it that you get for the lights. And we took it to Ms. Gail Teixeira. And they financed it. We engaged Prems
mm.
Electrical in town, and they provided all the lights that we had up from since then. That's about um, 1993, 1990, yeah, or 1994, not later than that. We got the lights that were up just before we took them down recently to do what is it that they have now. So from 1994, those lights were up until 2024. So that was a long stretch. Those until they started getting dim. So that was how the original lights came. Um, and this is why we had to move from Mackenzie Sports Club.
Correct. All right. Good morning to all. Gone again.
Go on, BL.
Yeah, just following up on Kashif. with the light situation. At that time, before we engage, not before we engage, at the time when we engaged, the VP at this time, Mr. Jagdeo, and his guilty share, the Honorable guilty share, the Minister of Sports at the time, the light situation was land pole with some cross member section with some old additional lights, some old outdated lights. So when we got those lights and we engaged the management of the sports club, we also asked to get Guy Construct involved, who have put up metal stanchion that was up there, as Kashif said, from 1993, 94 to 2004. At those time with the wood posts and things, that's the time when we used to have the barring lights and stuff, and Kashif himself used to climb up and pull up lights. We had to use some of the electricians, private electrical guys, to also pull lights up and install for us to keep football on that venue. The venue is also, like we said, in bad state, that we also used to have to be buying stuff, modern thing, to resurface the venue, to have it up to date for our football, not just the finals, for the entire tournament. The tournament was, we call it, tourism for Lynden. And that is why Kashif and Shanghai was so important to the Lynden community in revenue base. The tournament outgrow the sports club that on New Year's Day becomes a hangout in Lynden. Everybody now start coming, just go up on the street, because the time with the community sports club, they ain't got nothing to see. They can't see no football. It's best they hang out on the road and have a nice time. And because the revenue base was going down, and we start checking it, that that's how come all of this that Kashi just explained, with the upgradement of the sports club, come about. So as we get on the way, we not no other choice. Because remember, we losing. We not no other choice other than to move. And we move the tournament, we move the finals of the tournament.
Right. Well, I know I'm not the host of the program, and so but you guys know before Tom Clark, this was always my life. So I have to chip in here to help Cordell. I know he's having his technical issues, but let's talk about what we are seeing now. How far is it from what you, Kashif, and your organization was proposing? And where do we see this taking Lynden moving forward? How far is what we are seeing now in terms of the layout, in terms of the development, from what you would have proposed back
But let me tell you something before Kashif jumping back, right? All those times that we speaking, because now everything become politics. All those times before, we were predominantly, all of us.
Guys, I got you, Cardell. I got you. I'm covering for you. Don't worry. We in the media together. Don't worry with the Tom Clark thing.
Right. So all those times, we are all predominantly PNC, not Apple, PNC supporters, strong supporters though. Until we got no other way out. Now we engage the PPPC, who is doing something for not only us, but for the Lynden community and the entire country. Now we got to go with supporters. Now watch what's happening today. The minister, we never know the minister in them times. But as soon as we assume office, he selects some venues that he want to upgrade. Right? He want to upgrade. Now why we protesting everything in Lynden? First thing they say, when we go to upgrade, it's because we want to take over sports club. They're always finding a negative. Means a predominantly community of PNC traditional supporters, because the traditional mindset of the people. Now what's Hampton Court is the main ground. Same upgradement is going on. New Amsterdam, the main ground that is being upgraded. Here is the name of the ground. Barnum Park. Barnum, no protest. New Amsterdam is predominantly who? Up no again. But they may protest because they want improvement for the community.
Mm-hmm.
One to Lynden. Only Lynden protesting. Now Lynden can't do for themselves, but they're protesting upgradement. Now the stands have no seat. The main pavilion had no seats. I've sent some pictures to Courdel before to show you all those wood seats right now is the bare concrete to be seated on.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Kashib in Shanghai hosts any all of that, hosting tournament or any other event, we used to rent chairs to fold that entire stand, to put people to sit, to make them comfortable. The big stand, one name we used to call Jamaica stand, was just only what we call them the ghetto guys, was smoking and doing the one thing. But no one said that's why it's named Jamaica. it hosts 1,000 is 1,000 seating capacity, the old one side stand. 1,000. That's by long from 1,000 to just about 200 because all the boats are out over that side too. And yet still, we can't get approval for upgrade the facility. The government come again, same thing. All those gates that you see today was being upgraded by who? Kashib and Shanghai. Now nobody else. All the gates you see today was being upgraded by the Kashib and Shanghai organization. Just trying your bit, and why them we didn't get stopped is because we got protected revenue base. So we were forced to install and upgrade the gates to protect we interest at that time. And that is what stand up the day like today. So sports club and what is the guy named? What protesting every man pastor we name?
Oh, London. Nigel
All
London.
of these guys don't be nowhere around sports club. They don't know nothing but sports club. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. The old headmaster multilateral who come out and have wanted the speeches to Port in London from the same church. They never been around sports club. They can't talk nothing but sports club. The people who could talk about sports club, you know where we used to live? The Thomas Street, a house from the fence. Kashib used to live on the opposite side, Redwood Crescent, a house away from the fence. So we always at the Mackenzie Sports Club. We live Mackenzie Sports Club. Today, we protesting, as I said, to preserve the stand, the main pavilion, which was built by Dembo at the time, the Alcon Canadian white guys who segregated Lyndeners. Because we couldn't go Richmond Hill, we couldn't go Wutuko. They had a golf course. Who used to play golf on those times? White people bring golf. So for get to that side, you used to have to go to the partition, you gotta get a pass. You gotta get approval. In Richmond Hill, it's only the coordinators who used to live up the side at the time. When Kashib himself and his parents get up there because his mother end up as I think the secretary or something like that in one of the coordinators' office. So she migrated now to the big side. Again, they have their own cinema. I sent all those pictures with this Wutugu cinema and the Crescent cinema. We have recreation hall. They have their own school, Wutugu Day School. Everything that for themselves, we can't go. They got the supervisors club. So the Mackenzie Sports Club is just the members, workers who become members could go there. You can't go across the supervisors club. Only foreman and general foreman at the time could go across there. Ordinary workers can't. Everything was the sports club. Now the sports club become a members club from Denver time to date. Denver used to still support any renovation and thing for the Mackenzie Sports Club. Now all of them fall away and left the members alone. How many members sports club are, how many paying members? That's why nothing can be done to the facility. Nothing at all. But at the same time, you're stopping people who want to do for you. It ain't costing you nothing, but you want to stop people who want to do for you. I was present. Also,
All right.
Kashif was present when the minister get involved to want to operate it at the first meeting with the executive of the Mackenzie Sports Club. It's not a walk in the park and just decide we're going to do this. That wasn't the case.
All right, so we didn't hear the last part of what you said there, Colin. However, I want to hear from Kashif. Kashif, could you share with us how far are we as it relates to the layout, based on what the minister has on plan and what we are seeing from what you would have proposed back then through your organization?
Your mic again, Kashif, your mic. Check your mic, Kashif.
All right, so we having some. We're hearing you now, Kashif. Is that you? You didn't come in. Press the mic and click it on and click it off back. Put on and off and off and on again and see. All right, I see Cordell is still having some challenges getting back into the program. He seems to have that difficulty. Kashif, we're having a problem hearing from you. However, let me just state that in the area of development, one of the things that we need to understand is it doesn't matter who brings the development. At the end of the day, once the people benefit, once the people win, the development that is coming, that is here in Lynden, the development will benefit way more in terms of accommodation, way more persons than it used to service in times past or times gone by. Why then do we think we need to fight that process or the development? Some people argue, oh, it is the process because we weren't consulted, or because they have the misinformation. Somebody fed them with some information that the government want to take over the sports club ground and take it away from the people. Persons talk about holding on to the relics of the past. When you are moving forward, I have seen in documentaries where communities have developed and they have moved entire um, like an entire church, an entire monument that persons hold dear to, just to facilitate development, like relocate it. These things do happen. What is it that we want to hold on to? We've heard the question the minister answered when I asked him, what do you have to say to the people who have the negative information, who are propelling the negativity towards the development? And he clearly states that he don't pay them any mind. But what was most important, based on what he would have mentioned that night when we were testing out the lights, was that why would we want to hold on to relics of the past when the times of change is moving, the tides and time of development is moving ahead and leaving those who wish to stay in the past behind? And so one has got to ask themselves why. And as I said before, and I would say it again,
Are you guys hearing me?
our lives today, yes, we're hearing you now, Kashif.
Okay,
But
good.
let me
Thanks.
just say, our lives today is a reflection of the choices that we have made. And so we have got to be careful of what we choose today that will affect our tomorrow. Look at what we are having. Look at the difference and the development that we are having. And Lynden, we need to come out from this cocoon, this thing that divides us, this whole partisan that we seem to have to hold dear to. We want our community to move forward. We want to see the development and the change. It doesn't matter who brings the development or the change. We welcome it because it would benefit those that are coming behind us. And that is what we've got to look at. We are chartering a course for the next generation that is coming behind us. And if this is what we want to hold on to, do you want PNC to hold you in a box? All because they call it loyalty when they are not even loyal to you. Let us consider that. I'm going to give back to Kashif to answer the question how far we are in terms of the layout that the ministry has put forward, what we're seeing today from what they would have posited in time past, and see where the similarity and how much in terms of accommodation the Lynden people can expect from this sports club ground, or the new sports club ground that we will be having pretty soon.
Okay, I'm sorry, but we had some technical difficulties here. I tried to unmute and everything. Anyway, the facility right now is totally different from what is it that we had in mind then. It's much more upgraded. It's much more modern. Much more money is being spent into this particular situation here. What I can remember clearly is Minister calling myself in, and this hat now is the chairman of the National Sports Commission, and we had a discussion. He said that, Kashif, hear what? The Honorable President has given the opportunity to do 3 stadiums, okay? And he said that he would like to do one in Lynden, right? As a matter of fact, he asked me my thoughts on, where they should go. And immediately I said, Lynden. I said, champ, Lynden, we dying for something like that. We need a proper sporting facility, as well as we need an indoor basketball court, right? Indoor facility. And Minister said, okay, hear what? Lynden will definitely be one. And then he identified a couple other places that they will be doing these stadiums. His very first visit as a minister to any community at all, it was to Lynden to start having that discussion. He called up the executive and he met with the executive. And most of the guys were there. So after he started having the discussion about what is it that he would like to do, he was trying to make it into more of a football-friendly facility. And right away, he got some objections from some of the executive members, Joe Chapman included, Chatter London included, that cricket got to be considered because, the whole facility started because of cricket and things like that. All right? Minister went back to the drawing board. And he said, tell you what, if, they're so vehement about the whole cricket thing, let's make it into a facility that can accommodate both sports. So Minister came up with, all right, what we will do, because of the lights, we can definitely have the big international lights. We're going to put new pavilions. We're going to put a new main pavilion area. And then we can do the stands, and then we're going to do the entire ground. So when it was supposed to be a smaller football field ground back then, in his first thoughts, he decided to do now an international size cricket field, and they put out to bid the companies that's going to do it. And they had this Trinidadian company who did, from what he's seen with doing the research for them, numerous big stadiums in Trinidad, and they had some spectacular work done. So they engaged that company, and that company came and did a fantastic job, as we all in Lynden saw. And interestingly, right, even though the executive asked for a cricket facility, when the cricket facility was being put down and they saw the entire circle and the lights and everything going up, we had a tremendous set of protests saying, this thing can't play cricket alone, and the ground will play just like how the stadium. it will play cricket, it will play football. But I don't think that whoever you is going to put in charge to run Mackenzie Sports Club going to want to accommodate all kinds of the little any and everything. Because at one time, how Mackenzie Sports Club reduced um, to such a terrible state, sports hardly used to play, and funerals took over as being one of the main events at the Mackenzie Sports Club in the last facility that they had. You know,
Yeah.
so we don't want to do that kind of thing, but this kind of facility, right? Not saying that, you know, we not paying no respect to the dead or whatever, but it was reduced to that. They had trucks that drove onto Mackenzie Sports Club and stuck in the mud. This facility that you have here now, Gasper, you walked on it the other night. No
Yes.
rain cannot affect nothing that will go on there. And even if it rains for hours and you run on to play football or cricket immediately
Mm-hmm.
after, you ain't gonna get no slippages because it's not a mud-based ground. It's sand.
Mm-hmm.
Technology is totally different. You have a full network of drainage beneath the surface there. So Mackenzie Sports Club has a spectacular facilities in the making. There are two stands that's going to accommodate probably like about 3,000 persons seated, along with they have VIP booths that's going to be made in the main pavilion. You have nice, beautiful dressing rooms for whatever teams that you're going to have, if it's whether football or cricket. It's going to be 3 stories in the middle of the 2 stands. And then there's a mound that is going to be at the back where the Jamon tree is, more towards the supervisors club area. You're going to have a nice mound there that's going to be able to accommodate probably like another 1,000 persons. And then this is the beginning of it. Wherever else we're going to have space on that facility, we can end up doing more space for accommodation, because trust me, that is going to be filled to capacity just with persons curious to come and see what it looks like when it's completed. So this
And
was
in
the
terms of
whole idea of that,
numbers,
and
Kashif, in
compared to
terms
what
of
is it that we
numbers,
had in
how
mind.
many more persons are we looking at in terms of the accommodation?
Okay, well, like I said, people got to be creative. I don't know if the minister will be doing this, but they it's going to be, in my estimation, we should be able to have 3,000 seated, 1,000 in the stand. There's about 4,000, and probably in the main pavilion area where the VIPs and whatever else, players and everything, you probably might have about another 300 persons. So I think probably about 4,300, 4,500. And we in Lynden are accustomed to squeezing plenty more people in small places. So that can definitely put.
Uh, all right. I hear you. So we see right away that we're open to accommodating way more persons. We dispelling the misinformation or the lies that persons have been saying it's only cricket alone that would be played, but it's cricket and football the consideration is being made for, unlike the other smaller events that Sports Club Ground would have been reduced to having to accommodate, just so that they can make a sustainable financial intake, since they could not afford or accommodate this sports to the level at which this facility will be accommodating. Is that it? You, your mic again gone out. Right? BL, I think you could probably jump in here and maybe answer this question. Right? Um, so we are speaking to answering the question, uh, or dispelling the misinformation that was peddled. Basically, one that, okay, the government would have taken over or bully and the committee and taken over the sports club ground. Uh, they would have also uh, only be providing for or accommodating for cricket, whereas we just heard Mr. Mohammed there explain to us that it's both football and cricket will now be accommodated. There would be way more persons being accommodated within the pavilion. as well as the aesthetics and the improvement towards the development. However, the only thing that will not be considered are the funerals and other smaller areas or event or activities that the committee would have had to adjust to accepting just so that they can make a sustainable financial intake.
Well,
Yes,
yes.
BL.
Well, yes. You can still accommodate the funeral, but it will be in the parking lot, just as like the stadium. All events happens in the parking lot, because there will be a parking lot,
Yes.
and inside the stadium will be no different from the national stadium at Providence. The same usable for sporting activities, the cricket and football, with the same rules again too, because you cannot play football within 6 months of international cricket because it takes that amount of time to prepare the pitch, right? So that's why at the same time you have Bayrock, who also have international size pitch, football pitch in the middle of the track. So if that time come now, you could go across to Bayrock. In terms of the accommodation will be much more than it is presently. We will have another, I'm saying, my estimation will have another 4,000 to what it is now in additional, because the stands are bigger and it will accommodate more. Plus, we never had a grass mound, but despite we have people on our flat mound around the ground at Kashif and Shanghai football. But now you have a grass mound, there's a party stand, and you still have the space to accommodate people all around. As Kashif said, we could squeeze, we accustomed squeezing a lot of people in small spaces. So there will be no difference in terms of the national stadium, but at the same time, Lynden would benefit more in terms of tourism, in terms of economic benefit. So it will be good for Lynden. In the fact of the matter that the government get the protests and all of those things, the motto of today is one Guyana. So it would have been easy for the government to
Yes.
decide, oh, y'all don't want Lynden, they want it, we gone somewhere else. But they ain't thinking like that way. They decided one Guyana, regardless of what. We are the government, we want to make certain every community, every region benefit. So the government insists, because the government have document of ownership through NISTIL of the entire facility, but not that the government taking over the facility, they just upgrading it for the people in Lynden, which will also have the executive members to run it from Lynden. There's not nobody coming from Georgetown or nowhere to run it. It's the same Lynden that's going to be running it, but not the same members. Because they're going to be,
Talk,
go ahead.
talking about that, I just noticed in the comment, I think it's Theodore Adams asking that maybe the minister should consider a management structure for the MSC, or if it would be under the MSC membership. Maybe Mr. Kashif Mohammed would be able to answer that. What would be the management structure to be considered, Mr. Mohammed?
Same thing again, but we know what in there. However, while Kashif still is not getting the thing up,
The audio.
the audio in the very first meeting, as I was saying earlier, the very first meeting that engaged the management committee of the Mackenzie Sports Club, the minister made it clear that the management of the sports club will come from Lynden. So just as Studio is asking about the management committee, yes, there will be a management committee in place with some rules and guidelines of the management of the, well, now we will call it the stadium.
Okay. Your audio is sorted out, Kashif?
No.
No. We're still not able to hear you.
I'll say if you use the Wi-Fi, me change over to regular.
I think he's hearing you. We are just not hearing him. He's hearing you.
Wow.
BL is saying to change over from Wi-Fi. If you're using
Okay,
Wi-Fi, change over from Wi-Fi to
the regular
the
data.
regular data. All All right. So the meat of the matter is we understand the technicality here. With the internet, the host has been basically bounced out of the program completely. But because of my training, it's over
It,
20 years I've been involved in the media, so I had to jump in to make sure I cover for him, and so I had to take over
but while you
moderating.
take over,
But
you could still give your comment as you were here to give
yeah,
comment.
that is that is what I'm about to do now.
Thank you.
Um, as town clerk since my appointment, I thought it would have been. As a matter of fact, I shouldn't say would have been. It is. I thought it best when I recognized the vacancy and the opening to come back to Lynden to make sure my contribution continues towards the community in which I love. And working among people that you know, people that you grew up with, people that you share a common space with, to see how persons mind are, where the mindset is, and how persons can basically marginalize you because of a party in which you may have supported or what have you. It is rather appalling. I saw it fit to come and to work among people that I thought that together we can do more. Together we can work within the interests of the people of Lynden. And sometimes I ask myself, what really are we objecting to? What really do we have a problem with exactly? Something is coming to better you, to better your community, to better the lives of the people in your community. Think of the spill off. Think of the spin off of businesses because of a stadium at that magnitude, because of the work and development we have now in our community, the retrieve ground that was developed even since before. There was many efforts made to develop that ground. Now we have that retrieve ground. We have the retrieve basketball court. We have the synthetic track in Wizrock. We have the Christianburg ground will soon have its own development too. This, in the area of sports, this is a massive addition to what we have been exposed to for the past 10, 20 years. And we want to fight that because somebody didn't consult you the way you want to be consulted. Why do you think we elect leaders? Why do you think we elect persons? But you know what? These are the local leaders, rather than sitting at the table to discuss with the government that is bringing the development. They want to feel that they have this boss boy mentality. You have to come to me. We are the boss. We are in charge. We are local government. So you have the regional chairman dabbling in the municipal business, and the this local committee that is getting development. Kashif said it. And they would have been reduced to a point where all they could have done was accommodate funerals. But they were so bent on holding on to the relics of the past that they decided, oh, we weren't consulted. We need to see, we need to know what is going on and what would be the management structure before when it's done. You're arguing over the over the development even before it is done. You're arguing to who is going to manage it, who's going to get it, why we didn't see a drawing. These are the petty things. Thanks that the government is a visionary government, they push past all of that. They look past all of the petty argument and they decide to bring the development to the people. Because we have to understand there comes a time in management and in leadership where you have to, as my grandmother used to say, take the bull by the horn. Forget about what people think and who think, oh, this is not the way it's supposed to be done. We are doing it for the people. And that is what the government did. Now, the stands are not in as yet. It's not fully completed. But what we saw with our eyes the other night, Trust me, I can only imagine when it is done. What I would have seen in the plan that you would have sent me, BL, the you would Kashif, they would have also had the grass mount set up on the same side, but they were working, just to do some modification to the existing structure. But this is massive. This is massive, including the consideration for the parking lot. And this is where we want to go if we're thinking international. But you know what? People are still trapped in the local mind, the backyard system in the mind. My grandma used to always say, you take the pig out the mud, but you didn't take the mud out the pig. And so the pig would always go back to the mud. Someone said, no matter if you put a fly in a palace, the fly is so accustomed to garbage and to a mess. The fly will return to the dung, return to the mess, return to the garbage. And this is where the people of Lynden, the government is taking this mindset out, taking you into a different direction. Why they're not? Let's join, let's support the development, let's support the progress. But you have one set of people on the other side, because it's not coming from them. They're opposing. Oh, this is what the government is doing. This is what not the government, mind you. This is what the PPP is doing, and they want to fill the people with the lies and the misinformation. But you know what I want to say to the Lynden people and to all those sports enthusiasts? Shut your ears, plug your ears from those negativity, plug your ears from those things. It does not bring any development. All that they are showing you is, oh, we are opposing in your interest, we are resisting in your interest. How could you resist? I am hungry. I need development. I'm hungry for development. I'm thirsty for growth. I'm thirsty for expansion. And you are feeding, you are telling me you are opposing, you're resisting that from quenching my thirst and easing my appetite with resistance and opposition. Not in a positive sense, in the negative sense. What then you're doing to me? You want to starve me. You want to keep me trapped. And that is what they have been doing over the years to you, the Lynden people and the sports enthusiasts. With their own mouths, they have said, Lynden is at the top. Lynden has been bringing home the trophies. Lynden has been doing well in all the regions, in the athletics, in the football, in the cricket, in all the areas. Lynden has been putting out these things, but yet they have not been putting the investment. And even in areas that they would have made attempts to put investment, look at what we see, the results being. Look at the home stretch. What's the property at the home stretch?
The Clown Show ground.
Look at it.
Clown Park.
Look at the magnitude of the investment and look at the result. When this program was started, Courdel showed you what is going on in Maka. Look at what you get. For how much million it was, Courdel? How much million we got the fence and the
29 million.
29 million for a gated forest, according to what Courdel said.
Gated safari in Maka, 29 million.
Gated safari.
And you know something, guys. Well, firstly, let me thank you for stepping in for me here. It is evident that people like Kashif, right, business persons who want to invest in Lynden, make a difference in Lynden.
Exactly.
Certain people in that area, certain persons that you mentioned earlier, they don't care about that. Could you imagine what that ground would have been like if they had those stands implemented? And I know I'm joining late, guys. Y'all would have already rehashed this and went through it. But imagine corporate sponsors coming on board, wanting to upgrade that facility and being blocked, right? I remember this guy, Bishop London, made a video claiming that this thing was built, and I'm sure BL would have went through what the origins of the ground and that kind of thing. Totally misrepresented. I remember passing through Lynden and looking at this place, and I'm like, oh gosh, they ain't gonna do nothing with it. Even the basketball court outside, they don't want to fix. You understand? So I'm happy that Minister Ramson Jr. has taken initiative to get the ground to its standard. I am pretty sure that the Kashif and Shanghai organization will bring back some of the events to this facility.
And this could only augur well for Lindeners. Accommodations, meals, transportation, people buying clothes. The spin-offs are many. CPL could come to
Not again.
But not
Well,
only that, one of the other spin-off, and I want to say to the people who lives around sports club ground, the value of their property goes up instantaneously. The value of the property, think of it. Those people
Yes,
run by
sir.
the Silver Valley Street, the Red Road Crescent area, the Green Arch Street people, all the properties within the close proximity. Think of the value of your property, and you got a bunch of selfish people who do not care about you making noise about, oh, they want to resist this development. No, not at all. Yes, Kashif.
here, Gasper. One thing I
Oh,
want
yeah,
Kassim to
BL.
expand on it is that the minister is future seeing the progress for Lynden, that he also already thinking about the inter Guyana games to be host in Lynden,
Watch at that.
meaning the pool that is you see there, trying to locate it another area closer to
Yeah.
the track
The
so that the
synthetic
games
track.
could be
So
held one
relocate the
place.
pool.
Kassim could
Right.
expand more on that.
Yeah, the thing is, you guys are not hearing me, so there's the problem.
We hearing you
Yeah,
now.
we hear
We
you, we
hearing you
hear you.
now.
Oh,
Go
you're hearing
ahead.
now, right? This
We
is this.
hearing you now.
Okay.
Yes.
Gaspar, I'm really happy of the things that you said, because that is so much on point, right? And one of the things that the minister was, talking about he said that Lynden, it's a known sporting community, and one of the things that you can exploit in Lynden is sports tourism, because when you're going to have a great cricket facility like that, and football can be played there, football can be played on an international standard ground in the Bay Rock area. You're going to have a swimming pool in that area. We got the highway where cycling can take place. Just like BL was saying, a major part of inter-Guyana games could take place right in Lynden. You know what that will do? That will make hotels got to come up in Lynden. That will make restaurants, everybody do extremely well business-wise, right? All the bars, all the restaurants, every single thing. That's the same thing that was happening to the Kashif and Shanghai period. It's going to be on a larger scale right now. There's a high possibility that CPL games can come and play right in Lynden. You're going to have international cricket games playing right there. International football games playing right in Lynden, right at that same facility. So what it will do for Lynden is attract more money, and this is what we need. And the thing is,
Yes.
here is it, you got people fighting against that, fighting against this, and like Gaspar was saying, that you got, because some of them are the leaders in this area, they want to jump into other business, and they want to call shots because they feel they're bosses. And this thing is not about that. This thing is a simple, humble development. And the thing is,
Exactly.
because you have me, because I got a different political position to most of the guys who leads in Lynden and Lynden people, they are upset with that. But then I am the person that's pretty close to the government and a lot of persons, and everything that I shout for is for Lynden. You're fighting me, but every single thing that I shout for with the minister and with the president and with the vice president and everybody is for Lynden. Let us do this for Lynden. Let us do that for Lynden. We need an indoor facility. And these are things that will be happening very, very soon. You look, you will see, like BL is saying, a swimming pool. You look, you're going to see an indoor facility. Minister's already searching Lynden to see where he can put a solid indoor facility like the sports hall in Georgetown. And when minister is building things, it is quality, seated accommodation. I mean, bucket seats, things like that. So we need to start going away from this mentality of because you were this so. No, we need development for Lynden, because I don't want my grandchildren. I grew up right in Redwood Crescent, 3 houses away from Mackenzie Sports Club, and I have a beautiful little granddaughter right now. I cannot afford for my little granddaughter to grow up in Lynden, visit Lynden, and see the old Mackenzie Sports Club that I grew up with as a little child. No, and then I'm a grown man. I'm in a position to help make things happen, but then I'm not doing anything. This is not how it works. Gasper could have taken his master's degree and gone somewhere else and get a big job, possibly out of the country and all that.
Yep.
You know what we are
Yep.
doing?
Yep.
We're right in Lynden,
Come
fighting
back
to
to
make
work
things
and to
work.
build Lynden. Yes.
Come back to
Yes.
work. You know, my passport, I have a Dutch passport, Gasper. My father's from Aruba. But you know what I did? I choose Lynden. I could have been living nice in Holland in one of these first world countries, me, my kids, and all that. But you know what we're doing? We're
Yep.
in Lynden battling, trying to make things
Yep.
happen for this country. And here was the beautiful thing. Now, everybody's heading back to Guyana. More people are coming to Lynden. How would you feel when people come back to Lynden and they're going to see an old broken down Mackenzie Sports Club, an old broken down Supervisors Club, an old broke, all of these places.
Yeah.
And then everybody get criticizing them. The government ain't doing nothing. The government ain't doing
Yeah.
nothing, right? But then when the government is about to do something now, you got Lynden people fighting that though.
Fighting
And here
them,
what?
fighting it.
Not Lynden people
Yes.
in Guyana alone, you know, are not Lynden people in Lynden alone.
In the
Lynden people in the
diaspora.
diaspora.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll be
Yeah.
fighting these things down, but yet they just be running to their beautiful Madison Square Garden and their beautiful different centers all around the place. But yet,
Yes.
and here what? If it is Democrats or Republicans were part of the building of those places, they all still run inside. Nobody
Yes.
objects it.
Man.
But since you
Well
got
said, Kashi.
Lyndon now,
Well said.
is PPP doing it is a problem.
Yes.
Then
Because
PNC,
if himself, the PPP bill it.
I love
If
that,
the
Kashi.
PPP
I
get
love
voted
that.
out, they can't pick it up and get nowhere. It's still in there.
good, it's right there in Lyndon. You know what I'm saying? And that's for one of the things that I come to realize, right? You had 28 years of as a matter of fact, the entire life of Lyndon is run under PNC and APNU right now because the leaders
Yes.
are all from Lyndon from since then until now. Good. And here what I can remember with the government being in for 28 years in Lyndon from 1960 whenever to whenever, right, to 1992. Excuse me. I have never seen nothing substantial being built by the government of that time. And hear what I'm talking about. All the major things in Lyndon, right? The Harbor Bridge. I mean, the bridge in Lyndon. The
Wismar Mackenzie Bridge.
The Mackenzie Bridge. The hospital. Watuka Club. Trade School. Mackenzie All-Age School. Mackenzie High School. All those places were built by Denver, the bauxite industry. Right? Every single thing, all the major places, Mackenzie Sports Club was built by Denver, right? The thing is, what can the 28 years show me that they built? Yes, you built the multilateral school. Yes, you started the West Rock area. But identify to me major things that the government built then. You have 5 more years the other day, right? Explain to me what is it that you tried to do for Lyndon then. Here is it, you got a government that come and been doing things little by little. Repair Bornham Drive. Bornham Drive was the worst road on the
oh my God.
Bornham
That
Drive,
was
you know,
that was terrible.
was the
That was
worst
terrible.
road on the PNC time in Lyndon. And here was the name, Bornham Drive. Mr. Jagdio came and fixed that road. What I'm saying is, why are we fighting that level of progress when you see you got Mackenzie Sports Club gonna happen? All right, you got the track and field area up in West Rock. That's going to be completed pretty soon. I'm sure the guys are seeing big stands are going up there. And then here is it, you got the lawlessness again now. The guys are putting up the massive lights just like they saw lighted up the other night at Mackenzie Sports Club. The same thing happening at the West Rock area, right? Could you believe that?
And
very
people
night,
going to steal the lights.
stole some of those lights. People stole 8 of those. As a matter of fact, 32 of those lamps. Those people stole last Tuesday. How could you do that? You were seeing development for Lyndon, and here is it in a big and beautiful way. Things that's gonna like Gasper saying, it's gonna upgrade all the real estate that is surrounding that area. But yet you're gonna come and steal the things that is going to uplift you. I think we honestly need to get away from that kind of attitude and start supporting the vibe. The vibe is to make it progress, make it get better. We in Lyndon now must be more comfortable. Here is it. You go to Anna Regina, you go to Essequibo, big things going on. You go to New Amsterdam, big things going on. In Georgetown, development is taking place in a serious way. All those communities all around. You go to Supernam, you've seen things happening in Supernam. But then Lynden now, who was leading all of these little small towns, leading all the small
Yes.
towns, them taking a back seat right now. But yet, here what you had. You had 28 years of leadership for PNC in Lynden. As a matter of fact, like I said, it's not 28 years. It's from since 1964 and 1966 up until today. And yet, we as Lyndeners can shout and really be proud of how we were supposed to be for Lynden because of, look what we got. We got outstanding athletes.
Yeah.
We got outstanding musicians. We got outstanding promoters. We got some of the finest sources. We got some of the best electricians. We got some of the best. All of that we have in Lynden. We've been manufacturing those things in Lynden, right? And yet the state of Lynden. And then when you come to do any development in Lynden now, this is where you're being met with by the Joe Chapman and the Londons and them, right? And the Bishop and all of these people them fighting this thing down. You know what I'm saying? Let this thing go and let this thing progress and let this thing develop and let's look at it and it's all part of Lynden. And like BL said, you can't pick these things up and take it nowhere. It's all for Lynden.
But here too, Georgetown is being run by the PNC from its inception to date. But am I protesting the development?
Because the Georgetown people smart. The Georgetown people ain't gonna protest
Only
development.
protesting.
Yeah. Lynden got a set of small-minded leaders that are locked in this party politics. This kind of party politics instead of understanding compromise. One of the best thing ever since my appointment as town clerk that was said to me by the regional chairman. But it's amazing when people could talk the talk but not walk the walk. He said to me when I paid the courtesy visit to him as the newly appointed town clerk, that politics is about compromise. And he believed that if we can sit and compromise and work together, we can have much done. But you know what? He is not even doing it. The mayor is not doing it because what they are fighting is not necessarily gospel, it's PPP. But instead of using gospel as your access point, as the door, the person here to create the opening, the door for things to happen, you want to fight gospel. Gospel becomes your enemy. They are looking in the wrong direction and they have this tunnel vision, tunnel view. And that is what I want the Lynden people to wake up and realize that the development is coming, whether they want to be a part of it or not. Whether they want to be a part of it or not, it's going to move, as the minister said, it's going to move past and leave them. That's the wave and tide of change and development, and the world is moving that way. And I dare say to Lyndeners, if you don't get on board of the change and the development and move in the direction of that kind of a turnaround and mindset, it will happen and leave you behind, because the country has already moved past. Several regions have already moved past. Lynden, Bartica, Berbice, Region 2 area. All these communities were way behind when Lynden was being developed under Denver and Bosai and Linmine. Well, not Bosai, Linmine and Guymine and all of that. When Lynden was the talk about tongue. But you know what? As I said, small-minded leaders were being elected, and all they have is one political agenda: hold the people down. They feel they have some entitlement, and so in representing the people, we gonna hold on to this and we gonna hold on to that without a proper consultation. I see here one of the person asking about if it is by law that people must be consulted. The people were consulted. The committee at Sports Club Crown was consulted. But you know what? They have this one mindset of opposing and blocking things that they don't, in the consultation, all they can hear is they want to take over. They want to take over. You are opening up ideas, you're opening up the plans, you're making it clear to them, but all they can hear is you want to take over. This one track mentality. And that's what happened when somebody is fixed or set in their ways. So the consultation broke down. You're asking about image and draft and what have you. All of that was presented to them. The imagery, who got the contract, all of the information was put out there, Theodore. But you know what? Were they listening? Were they taking the information back to the people who elected them so that they properly represent those concerns? No. But you know, the development still comes. And like I said before, not only the homeowners will benefit, the businesses will benefit, hotel will benefit, taxi will benefit, the boat service will benefit, the entire economy of Lynden will benefit. And here what? It is being spread out because it's not sports club ground alone. And Kashif, you know that. It's the synthetic track in Wizrock. Once the pool go up there, it is also going to develop those homes in block 22 along 1 mile, half-mile area, Wizrock area. All the people and businesses will benefit, and the cars and taxi drivers on Wisma, and the Wisma market will expand, and economy, the hoteling, bed and breakfast, all these things will boost, right? Christianburg will soon get some attention. Plans, all those things are there. What are we fighting really? I'm asking the local elected leaders, the Sharma Solomons, the Vanessa Kissoon, the Deron Adams, the Mark Gorins, the Norris Kings, all of those the Londons, all of them that are fighting development, growth, progress, all of them that feel that they're going to stand as a wall. Well, I choose to be a door. I don't want to be a wall. I choose to be a door. And I'm standing here at this municipality as that door. And whenever they are ready, the councillors, all of them, you're ready, we will open that door so that you can come through and bring the development for the people of Lynden. But with or without you, we are going to bring that development. Gentlemen, I know Courdel is out. I don't want to hold the program. Is supposed to be 1 hour. I know in some section of society, they got it that gospelers hijack things. I'm just helping my comrade in terms of hosting the program. I don't know if there is anything else you want to say before we go, because I'll be wrapping the program up here.
Again, we'll be talking about developing and bringing economic benefit to the community. Once again, we got Day was introduced via Mr. Fredericks. And after 3 years of that,
that's another conversation.
Kashif and Shanghai want to bring economic benefit to the Lynden community. Lynden ain't no nothing but bread and breakfast. We introduced Tongue Week and introduced bread and breakfast for everybody to benefit. And you know what happened? Because it was so successful in 2006, that was the end of Kashif and Shanghai and Tongue Week.
And then it not ever since then, because you know what, the people them who had the voting power, like the councillors them, when their handlers tell them to hear what, don't let Kashif and Shanghai get it, Kashif and Shanghai can never get it, despite they know that we can make something spectacular for Lynden, and the Lynden people could earn big time, right? Because the handlers feel threatened for whatever reason, because they started attacking politics state. When we were thinking money, we were thinking development for Lynden, we were thinking the Lynden people could enjoy this, right? If we had the Lynden Tongue Week from then to now, Lynden would have been something really, really, really successful. And the entertainment industry would have grown great. The hotel industry, every single thing would have been growing in a massive way. But like I said, when the handlers tell those persons who've been running the council and all, don't give it to Kashif and Shanghai, that's it. And this is regardless of losses or whatever. So like some people say, where your grandmother said, Gaspar, you're cutting your nose and spoiling your face, something like that. Well, they're comfortable with that.
Go ahead, Gaspar. Gaspar too, like he got shut down.
The audio gone. The audio
no,
gone.
We hear you.
Yeah. No, I ain't get shut down. It's Kashif, I was giving him some time to see if he is signal. Yeah, I'm hearing you now, Kashif. I didn't hear the last part of what you said.
No, I was just saying that I think we can wrap up right now because, we divulged quite a bit of information. But the tongue week situation should be something that we can come and have another conversation because that would take a full program. Because we can even get into all these all black issues and the all white issues and everything. That's an entire program. I'm ready to deal with that.
All right. Well, I hope we get a program that we can deal with that. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I've got to get to doing my servant's duty as a town clerk and make sure I continue to serve the Lynden people. I'm quite certain there's a lot of documents and people waiting to talk to me, documents to be signed. And so I've got to go to the viewers on this program, the Courdel Jones Livewire. I want to say thanks to all of you for listening to the program. We apologize. Courdel has been having some technical difficulties, the blackout, and also the signal from the internet. But we still have to keep the program rolling. I see he's in. Let me see if we get anything.
Yeah.
Well, he dropped out again. Yeah. So, yes, BL. Yes, BL, you were about to say something?
No. Just thanking the viewers.
I'm actually right here waiting on Gasper to wrap up this program.
Well, you wrap up now.
Gasper, you going on long? You gonna make my viewers want me extend this program, sorry. Gasper, you gonna put me the set of problem. You, BL, and Kashif, y'all going on long, and the people they watching with y'all. You can hear problems with me Monday. But y'all final words before we wrap up. BL, Gasper, and Kashif, I think he got knocked off. Thank you guys for coming out today. Gasper, special thank you for holding the fort for me. I'm going to e-networks and views bad because I don't understand what kind of data this is, really and truly. Because at least I'm supposed to be able to jump back in on data. But nevertheless, BL, right. Gasper, your final words before you go.
I just want to thank everybody, all the viewers, all the listeners, and everything for the program, especially you, Courdel, for bringing us on today. And we're looking forward for an open door and development to Lynden.
For me, like I said, as a local leader, I am here not to be a wall, but to be a door. And so I look forward to ensure I can create that access and that passage and transition for those who are willing to come on board and support progress and development. Thank you for listening and thank you for having me.
All right, guys. I'll see you on the other side. Enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of the weekend. Hey, Gasper and BL, please don't forget, there's a clown show at Durban Park. It is starting today. It is starting today. So if y'all have time, you come down and enjoy it. Y'all take care.
You too, brother.
Right, guys. So here, thank you for staying tuned. It was a little rough morning, but you know how we say it. The show must go on, and it did. So I'll see you guys on Monday. Thank you for staying tuned. And as I normally say to you guys before I go, it's all about peace. It's all about love. It's all about one Guyana.
But some descendants of slaves use that to fuel the rich. It doesn't matter what's your skin color. When we bleed blood, it's red the same. Let's respect and love one another. When a brother cry,
the People's Progressive Party Civic District 6 presents One Guyana inaugural cricket competition, barbecue and fun day on Sunday, April 7th at the Port Broad Community Center ground with over 200,000 in cash and prizes to be won. It's fun for the entire family with bag race, line and spoon, eat and race, and lots more. Meet and greet Honorable Dr. Ashley Singh, Senior Minister in the Office of the President, with the responsibility for finance and public service. Music by DJ Kifo, DJ Della, and live for performance by Simon Naidu. Stage Selma Lights by Chrome Vibes. Cricket competition starts at 9 a.m. Barbecue served at 12. To register for the cricket competition or any other information, contact Randy Mangu on 687-8251. All proceeds from this fundraiser goes towards the PPPC. All compliments of JR Engineering Solutions, Freddy's Auto Spears, Grishal's Construction and Maintenance Service, AENN General Construction, RL Paving, Chrome Vibes, and E&H Contracting Services.
The People's Progressive Party Civic presents a grand barbecue and fun day on Saturday, March 30 at the Everest Cricket Ground, Georgetown. Bring the entire family for a fun-filled day. Gates open at 3 p.m. Contribution of $2,000. The People's Progressive Party Civic presents a grand barbecue and fun day on Saturday, March 30 at the Everest Cricket Ground, Georgetown. Bring the entire family for a fun-filled day. Gates open at 3 p.m. Contribution of $2,000.
Welcome to Guyana, land of 6 races, 6 different faces, and we all live